Now, a very good morning to you, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on your area code that you're currently watching this video from, or the time that you're watching this video. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and thank you so much for watching this video. But if you're new on this platform, please subscribe. And also to those who have been watching my videos, those who have been following me all along, yet you haven't subscribed, I'm just requesting you also to please subscribe to my channel and give this video a like. If you do so, YouTube will recommend this video to reach out to others to grow together. To my returning subscribers, to my loyal viewers and supporters, I also want to appreciate you for your support. Without the support, without your participation on this platform, this channel cannot be where it is currently. That is why I really don't take the support for granted. You can also press the notification bell down below so that you may be able to automatically receive the notification from YouTube immediately I post a video on this channel. So having said that, let us go straight into our critical analysis for today. And in this video, I just want to tell you, to show you a deeper details of how Raila Odinga betrayed the Azimio Alliance supporters. So recently, President William Ruto and Raila Odinga engaged, or finally engaged, in a dialogue meeting mediated by the former Nigerian president, Olusegun Obasanjo himself. And there's this good question that was being asked by one of the TV station's journalists, asking that, why do we need a mediator to solve our own issues on the demonstrations and the street protest? Does it mean that we don't have the ability of leaders solving the issues of our country, yet we have an active constitution? So I will still ask the same thing. Why do you think that Raila Odinga was insisting on a mediator from outside Kenya? So first of all, it's simply because, according to Raila Odinga, he has maintained that it's all about the trust issues. That William Ruto is not somebody you can trust. You can have a meeting with him today, but tomorrow he will have to change his mind. So we need a mediator, not here from Kenya, but outside Kenya, so that the talks that will be held, William Ruto can be trusted to fulfill and to sign the MOU and the agreements in that meeting. Secondly, ladies and gentlemen, I personally believe that Raila Odinga was insisting on a mediator simply because he wanted to shame President William Ruto. In that, William Ruto recently is somebody, a leader who is well known to mediate on the regional conflicts here in Africa. And that is why William Ruto suggested or requested to mediate in the crisis of Sudan, but he was unfortunately rejected by IGAD. William Ruto also recently requested to mediate on the conflicts that are being witnessed currently in Niger after the government was being withdrawn. And as we speak right now, William Ruto is on the forefront among the African leaders envoy on behalf or using Uhuru Kenyatta, the former head of state, in leading the peace negotiations in the eastern DRC. And that is why the United States just yesterday congratulated William Ruto. I still do an analysis of all this, on how President Joe Biden made a call yesterday to President William Ruto to congratulate him for being on a peace mission as a negotiator, as a mediator in the regional conflicts that are being witnessed here in Africa. So Raila Odinga wanted to shame William Ruto in that he wanted to portray William Ruto as somebody who cannot even mediate, cannot lead a peaceful country in his own country, yet he wants to mediate in other African countries. So that is the real reason as to why Raila Odinga was insisting on a mediator. How can William Ruto mediate in other countries, yet he cannot lead peace agreements in his own country? So that is the question mark. But of course, William Ruto confirmed this dialogue meeting between him and Raila Odinga yesterday. Let me just read for you the statement. Let me just show you on the screen. William Ruto said that, "I have engaged our friends in the opposition and we have agreed as a nation that violence will not be the equation of the politics and governance of Kenya. We are a democratic nation. We can talk." So that's actually a confirmation that they held talks with, or dialogue meeting with, Raila Odinga face to face. But just to extend my previous explanation, that on the issue of a mediator from outside, that is the real reason as to why William Ruto was rejecting Samia Suluhu to come and mediate, and that also explains as to why William Ruto rejected Cyril Ramaphosa of South Africa to come and mediate, and several other leaders that were not mentioned, whereby Raila Odinga invited them to come and mediate, but William Ruto was rejecting them, simply because he did not want these mediators from outside, because he wants to be a mediator himself on other regional conflicts countries. So after this dialogue meeting between William Ruto and Raila Odinga, majority of the Azimio Alliance supporters and leaders were disappointed very badly on the basis of the demands that Raila Odinga talked about in that meeting. So basically, Azimio leaders and supporters had another view, an obvious opinion that they were expecting Raila Odinga to talk about. And that is why Raila Odinga yesterday, together with other Azimio Alliance leaders, were forced to come out clean and deliver a statement, a different one from the one that they released after the dialogue meeting. If you heard the Azimio leaders yesterday speaking during the press conference, they had to edit after the pressure from Azimio Alliance leaders, and they actually disowned whatever Kimani Ichung'wah and the Azimio itself wrote down or released after that, or the statement released after that dialogue meeting. And if you look at the Azimio Alliance page, they were forced to delete the statement that they had actually released after that dialogue meeting because of that pressure. So let me just read for you this statement by Babu Owino. Babu Owino said that, "Total nonsense. Where is the cost of living among the terms of reference? We better talk in the streets." So basically, the expectations of the Azimio Alliance supporters in this dialogue meeting, they expected Raila Odinga to talk about the cost of living, but it was not discussed in that meeting. So let me just read for you what was discussed by Raila Odinga and William Ruto in that meeting. So in this statement, let me just read for you and show you on the screen. "We the leaders," it says, joint statement by Azimio la Umoja, One Kenya and Kenya Kwanza leadership, says, "We the leadership of Azimio la Umoja and Kenya Kwanza, having consulted on the it says that we, the leadership of Azimio and Kenya Kwanza, having consulted on the state of the nation, desirous of a democratic and peaceable resolution of issues that beset our nation, expressing our joint condemnation and regrets on the violence that has visited our nation with loss of life, serious injuries and destruction of properties, determined to resolve our differences amicably for the benefit of all our people. We have therefore agreed to establish a committee of 10 composed, it's 5 member each, from the Azimio and Kenya Kwanza as follows. The committee seized with the following 5 issues. So these are the issues that was being discussed in that meeting. First of all, the reconstitution of the IEBC. Secondly, the implementation of the do-that gender rule. Thirdly, the entrenchment of Constituency Development Fund. Okay, this development fund is actually the CDF. There is a certain percentage of disbursement that are being distributed to all the constituencies here in Kenya. I think it's around 2.5%, if I'm not wrong. And also there's a certain percentage, I think a quarter of it, that is being disbursed to the very poorer constituencies. So this is what they discussed. And fourthly, the establishment and the entrenchment of the office of the leader of the opposition. This is what William Ruto has been insisting, because he wants a strong opposition. Therefore, the opposition leader must have the office of the opposition, which they will have to amend and create that office. And that fifthly, the embedment of the office of Prime Cabinet Secretary. You know, recently the Court of Kenya, Court of Law, disbanded the CAS position. Also, this Prime Cabinet Secretary position is basically not in the Constitution of Kenya, even though the Speaker of the National Assembly, Moses Wetangula, recognized that, or he actually ruled that that position is actually legal. But if that position will be challenged in the court, I personally believe that the Court of Law will declare that position to be illegal. So for William Ruto to counter this, he wants the embedment of the office of, or to install legally and constitutionally that office of Musalia Mudavadi. So those are the basics, those are the issues that were being discussed. So what did the Azimio Alliance supporters expect issues to be discussed, because they were so much disappointed? Number one, they expected the IEBC servers to be opened. Non-negotiable demands that Raila Odinga gave out before the dialogue, which was among them the IEBC servers to be opened. Secondly, ladies and gentlemen, the Azimio Alliance supporters were disappointed simply because the issues of the cost of living were not discussed in that meeting. The truth of the matter is that majority of Azimio Alliance supporters who went to the street to demonstrate is simply because of the high cost of living. Even some of the Kenya Kwanza Alliance supporters who joined them in the demonstration is simply because of the high cost of living. But it was not discussed. And I'm told that William Ruto strongly demanded that in that meeting, the high cost of living will not be discussed at all. That was his firm restriction. And simply because William Ruto has a plan in the Kenya Kwanza Alliance manifesto to solve the issues of the high cost of living. So that is it, ladies and gentlemen. That is how Raila Odinga betrayed the Azimio Alliance supporters on discussing the issues of his own personal interest, including the office of the public of the opposition, the office of the Prime Cabinet Secretary, including several other issues that I've just talked about, which irritated the Azimio Alliance supporters, and that is why they are strongly disappointed. Thank you so much for watching. Let me hear your thoughts on the comment section below. Just write a comment. Otherwise, I don't have much. Until next time, my name is Jason, but please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Bye bye.